Hello! So I'm doing something I never actually thought I would do, and that is a bookshelf tour. So I've thought about doing this for a long time, and I was finally like, you know what, I'm gonna do it, and just at the beginning of 2015, so that I can see what books I had going into 2015, and then next year I can do another one, updated one, with all my new stuff. So this is just going to be my red shelf. I feel the feeling this is gonna be kind of long, so we're just gonna go and get started. Alright, here is my bottom shelf. I rearrange my bookshelves all the time, but right now this bottom shelf is more fantasy, some series I haven't finished, stuff like that. So we're just going to start on the right and make our way to the left. First book we have here, oopsies, is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien, The Sorcerer's Companion by Alan Zola Krosnick and Elizabeth Krosnick, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows by J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets by J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling, Revolution by Jennifer Donnelly, The Last Lecture by Randy Pausch, Dance by Chuck Palahniuk, Graceling by Kristen Cashore, Hero by Perry Moore, I Am Number 4 by Pittacus Lore, City of Heavenly Fire, which I have yet to read, by Cassandra Clare, City of Lost Souls by Cassandra Clare, City of Fallen Angels by Cassandra Clare, City of Glass by Cassandra Clare, City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare, City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. And then I have my paperback Harry Potters in the front, Prisoner of Azkaban, Goblet of Fire, and Order of the Phoenix, which I'm currently reading. And that is my bottom shelf. Moving on to the second shelf. So this shelf is more of contemporary and all of that stuff, and then just random books that I didn't really know where else to put them. The Percy Jackson series over there, I have not read that yet. I didn't have anywhere else to put them, so they're there. And then we're going to start on the left to make our way to the right on this one. Winger by Andrew Smith, If I Stay by Gail Foreman, A Walk to Remember by Nicholas Sparks, Fact of Life number 31 by Denise Vega, 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher, The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, Looking for Alaska by John Green, An Abundance of Catherines by John Green, Paper Towns by John Green, Charlie St. Clown by Ben Sherwood, Water for Elephants by Sarah Gruen, A Northern Light by Jennifer Donnelly, The Boy in the Striped Pajamas by John Boyne, Wherever Nina Lies by Lynn Weingarten, The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon, Kyler's turning on his PlayStation, that's what that noise is, A Time for Dancing by DeVito Wills Herwin, Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close by Jonathan Safran Foer, Peaches by Jody Lynn Anderson, Is Everyone Hanging Out Without Me and Other Concerns by Mindy Kaling, Code Orange by Carolyn B. Cooney, Ready Player One by Ernest Cline, Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare. So that is that shelf. I'm not going to show you Percy Jackson because I've shown it before and because I haven't read it yet, so it doesn't really belong here. Okay, moving on to the next shelf. This is the top shelf on this shelf, I guess. These are fantasy series that I haven't finished, I guess. This pile is basically the first 2 books in a bunch of series that I haven't finished. So I'm just going to start here, and then go here, and then I don't know what I'm going to do with there yet. Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater, Linger by Maggie Stiefvater, Forever by Maggie Stiefvater, Sinner by Maggie Stiefvater. This one I haven't read yet. I will read soon. Beautiful Creatures by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. Beautiful Darkness by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. These next 2 I haven't read yet. Beautiful Chaos by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll, and Beautiful Redemption by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. Kissed by an Angel by Elizabeth Chandler. Beowulf by Unknown, but this is with the New Verse Translation by Seamus Haney. Whoops. The Awakening by Kelly Armstrong. The Summoning by Kelly Armstrong. Marked by PC and Kristen Cast. Betrayed by PC and Kristen Cast. Wake by Lisa McMahon. Fade by Lisa McMahon. Angel Fall by Susan E. World After by Susan E. Evermore by Alison Noel. Blue Moon by Alison Noel. Search to Freak, A Living Nightmare by Darren Shan. The Mistress of Spices by Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni. Okay, that was my third shelf. Now moving on to the top shelf of this shelf thing. Whatever. This was Kyler's room, so his posters are still up, so you'll see those during this. I'm not going to take all of these out. Right here, this is Survival Wisdom and Know-How. This is just a how-to survival book. This is my hardcover Harry Potter box set. Up here is my Harry Potter paperback box set. I'm not going to take these out because it's a hassle, but they're there. And starting up here, Uglies by Scott Westerfeld, produced by Scott Westerfeld, Specials by Scott Westerfeld, Extras by Scott Westerfeld, Bogus to Bubbly by Scott Westerfeld, So Yesterday by Scott Westerfeld, The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey, The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins, Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins, and then I have 2 copies of Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins, The Giver Quartet by Lois Lowry, Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury, After the Snow by S.D. Crockett, and Gone by Michael Grant. This shelf is more sci-fi, with the exception of Harry Potter, it's more sci-fi, dystopian kind of sort of thing. Yeah. This is my bottom shelf. On my other shelf, this has my box sets and my smaller paperbacks that don't quite fit, and then the books that go with box sets And I'll just do a little pan of it all first. Okay, we're going to start on the top and work right to the bottom. Old Magic by Marianne Curley. The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. Breathless by Lurleen McDaniel. The End of Forever by Lurleen McDaniel. On top of my Infernal Devices box set, I have The Kill Order by James Dashner and The Maze Runner by James Dashner with the movie cover. Then I have my Infernal Devices series. I have Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, and Clockwork Princess all by Cassandra Clare. And up to the bottom part of these, then I have my Maze Runner box set with The Maze Runner, The Scorch Trials, and The Death Cure by James Dashner. Then I have the Divergent box set with Divergent, Insurgent, and Allegiant, all by Veronica Roth. And next to it I have 4 by Veronica Roth. Next to that I have the Legend Trilogy box set with Legend, Prodigy, and Champion, all by Marie Lu. Next to that I have the Match Trilogy with Matched. And all of these are by Ali Condi. Crossed, Reached, and then next to my books, these are my DVDs and Kyler's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Okay, here's my last shelf, and this is my second to bottom shelf on my other shelves, I guess. So these are series I've finished, and then there's just some other random books that just happen to fit, and that's why they're there. So I'm going to start with this side, and then I'm going to work my way this way. First, I have 2 copies of The Host by Stephenie Meyer, Some Kind of Fairy Tale by Graham Joyce, The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. Then right next to those, I have The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer, The Evolution of Mara Dyer, and The Retribution of Mara Dyer, all by Michelle Hodkin. Then underneath everything, I have Twilight, the complete illustrated movie companion. And on top of that, I have Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, and Breaking Dawn by Stephenie Meyer. I also have the Twilight Director's Notebook by Catherine Hardwicke. Then on top of those, I have Hush Hush, Crescendo, Silence, and Finale by Becca Fitzpatrick. Then next to all of those, I have Rotten Ruin, Dust and Decay, Flesh and Bone, and Fire and Ash, all by Jonathan Mayberry. On top of those, I have The Force of Hands and Teeth, The Dead Tossed Waves, and The Dark and Hollow Places, all by Carrie Ryan. On top of those, I have The Zombie Survival Guide by Max Brooks. Then on top of my zombie books, I have The Knife of Never Letting Go, The Ask and the Answer, and Monsters of Men, all by Patrick Ness. So this is just going to be my red shelf. Just hit myself in the face with my necklace.
PlayStation.
This shelf is more fantasy. No, it's not. It sounds ridiculous, but it makes sense. This book is significantly bigger than the first one. Whew. This is a workout.